Congressman, I want to talk about what you've seen, but I want to make sure I understand what happens next for you and the committee. When do you come to New York, and what will you see?
Any redactions that are currently in place, like you've obviously shown some redactions already, we have to verify those on the actual documents to make sure that what's not being redacted is somehow pertinent to our investigation, or that somehow those that have caused the violence and the rape and the suffering are somehow being protected. And so that is critical, not just in the Epstein estate documents, but also in any documents that we get from the Department of Justice. And this just incredible, the amount of lies and the audacity of House Republicans, Mike Johnson, to go around D.C., to get on TV, to call this a hoax, to say the letter somehow wasn't written by Donald Trump. I mean, the blatant lies is completely outrageous. And they have to understand, the American public every day understands more and more that this is a White House cover-up of a convicted sex trafficking ring that was not just here in this country, but was international. Donald Trump was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend for Jeffrey Epstein for 15 years. There's a picture of Donald Trump on Jeffrey Epstein's desk. Give me a break. There is a cover-up going on, and we've got to get to the truth.
Pedophilia cover-up day. Hello.
Yeah, what's on the nausea rotisserie today? Let's just go round and round, see where it lands.
Yeah,
my God.
Bob,
it's always something.
You and I in the volume business, as we were saying, and it's just, you don't have time to but Joe Walsh said 150 powerful people sent happy birthday notes to Epstein in his birthday book, and all those people still alive. Trump's the only one who denies the birthday note is his. Huh? The only fraudulent note in that entire book? That makes no sense. Trump is lying. That's what makes sense. Mm-hmm. I mean, he lies so much that you probably run out of brain power like I do to debunk every lie and how absolutely ridiculous it is. We were still on FBI informant when we got this, right?
Yeah. The gaslighting is off the charts. We all see what we see. I mean, it's so clear and incontrovertible, the fact that, Donald Trump, who has zero personal restraint, walked right up to that line and said, nope, not going to cross that line. Obviously, and allegedly, he did. Because we also have to say allegedly before everything that we say
and it's not even
anymore.
Just his letter. It's this gross one about Epstein selling some fully depreciated woman to Trump. It's the naked one of Epstein getting massaged by 4 naked women. Many people pointed out the background is Mar-a-Lago. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's
exactly right. And even more damning than that is, of course, the depreciated woman alleged joke, right?
Yeah.
With the big Ed McMahon novelty check. Because as we all know, those of us who sometimes dabble in the comedic arts understand that every joke has some element of truth to it. Otherwise, why are you even telling the joke?
Yeah.
And so someone joking about Donald Trump paying $22,000 for a human being has some element of truth to it. Why would they joke about Donald Trump buying someone unless there was some reason to say Donald Trump purchases people through Jeffrey Epstein?
And it comes out on the same day he tries to minimize domestic violence. There's some little fight my husband has with the wife. It's in the home. It's not a crime. Really? A woman's killed I believe it's 10 minutes by an intimate partner. And it's not a crime. It's just...
It's so important that despite all of the gaslighting, despite everything that is being regurgitated out of that disgusting monster's anus mouth, that we hang on to our values as much as possible. Our American values, our personal values, our sense of decency, decorum, the difference between right and wrong, truth and fiction, that we grapple onto that as much as possible because it's being assaulted every damn day by this maniac and his disciples.
Slight correction, flapping Garfield's anus mouth. Just if you're going to be more specific about what exact anus that it looks like. Yeah.
Thank you.
I just love this picture of Caroline Leavitt praying. Caroline. She prays, before every press conference. And Cal said, nothing like a little prayer before going out to lie and cover up for a pedophile. I mean, it's, John Fugelsang's book, Perfect Timing, came out yesterday, Separation of Church and Hate. I mean, it's just these fake Christians. I like her and Mike Johnson, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. And the word from the White House these days is nuh-uh. It's basically all they got. I mean, I saw the Carolyn Levitt statement about the latest document dump from the Epstein estate, and the White House response was basically, nuh-uh. That's obviously not him, even though the signature matches to all of the other versions of his signature that we've seen time and time and time again.
Yeah.
Hey, someone's on my phone. Hey, who's on my phone, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, it's 20 minutes after 7. By the way, was that, speaking of jive radio talk, was that a real thing from Trump radio?
Yes, we just had Lonnie record the voiceover, because when I did it yesterday, I'm like, no, this needs like a big...
That audio is from Lonnie, but there is a Trump country station in Fort Myers, Florida.
That's their actual promo.
Right, okay. Because... boy, it sounded exactly like Lonnie.
Yes. He's
amazing.
We got him a country voiceover job.
Yeah. Oh, God. Talk about the rotisserie of nausea. There's another item.
I mean, Bob, and obviously what happened overnight, Heather says Russia using Iranian drones to potentially attack a NATO country is the diabolical that everybody except MAGA saw coming. And on the day Israel bombed Qatar, the last time Qatar was bombed was when Iran targeted the U.S. military base there after Trump bombed them. Are you getting it yet? The U.S. is a TED Talk on how to ruin everything in 200 days or less. I mean, this is exactly what Kamala said Putin was going to do if Trump won, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And we've all said for many, many years, Malcolm Nance being one of the shoutiest of us, saying that, as soon as Vladimir Putin is comfortable with what's going on in Ukraine, he's going to set his sights on NATO nations, Poland, other formerly Eastern Bloc nations, because Putin obviously has designs on this kind of, I don't know what it is, nostalgia for the Soviet imperialistic era. And so he wants to rebuild that. He's always been kind of butthurt about the breakup of the Soviet Union and losing all of these satellite nations. And so he wants to get them all back here in his hopefully final years. And so this is, him testing the waters. Is the hot tub too hot? And he's going to stick his toe in there and see what it's like, see what NATO does, and
for how many times Trump has said, if I'm a president, this would never have happened. I mean, we all know if President Biden or President Harris were president, this wouldn't have happened. I mean, it's...
Oh, yeah. And the other thing is, now that the drones are no longer in Poland, Donald Trump is going to claim that it was all because of him that the drones left Poland.
Yeah.
It was because, and then he's going to insist that he gets a Nobel Peace Prize, or I'm sorry, a Nobel Peace Prize.
Noble. Yeah,
as
very noble.
As a result of chasing the drones out of Poland, which he obviously didn't do.
Yeah. Bob, sometimes you go with your lower self, and I am here for that. Trump tells a reporter who asked him about going to war with American cities to be quiet and listen, and you said, I hope the ankles hurt like a mother. It's just,
we got to find our joy somehow, don't we?
Really
and,
do.
And
well,
knowing that
as
every
someone
time he stands up.
yelled to his flapping Garfield anus face last night,
right.
You're America's Hitler. And they're echoing his vice president, J.D. Vance, who said that, a long time ago. It's impossible to not, root against such an evil, malign influence in the world.
Oh, yeah. And we don't necessarily have to wish anything bad on him, because I know for a fact that every time, like at that World Cup thing, or what was the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
This past
I love
weekend.
that every time he goes out, he gets booed. I'm glad that he sees the same polls we do. He knows that everyone hates him.
Right. But I found great happiness in the fact that as he was walking down the bleachers to his seat, that every step he took, there was excruciating pain shooting up his legs from his
Bob.
gross ankles.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You also tweeted, speaking of his base, you said the biggest targets of MAGA lies and disinformation are MAGA disciples. Normals understand how renewable energy works and why it's beneficial. It's the dumb suckers who buy into gibberish like this. Was this the one where the actual energy department says, when it's dark out and the wind's not blowing, it doesn't work? And everyone's like, do they not understand what batteries are?
Even Elon Musk had to pipe in and said, we have batteries at Tesla that take care of that problem.
Store the energy.
Right,
okay.
yeah.
That's right. It's you know what, the solar technology is. We've been using this for 40 years now, going on 50 years now. I mean, Jimmy Carter had solar panels on the roof of the White House. What would happen to their hot water in the White House when the sun wasn't shining. Well, obviously the grid would kick in at that point. There's all kinds of contingencies for when this doesn't happen, including the existence of batteries and greater and greater, longer lasting battery technology. That's how all of this works.
Yeah.
It's no-brainer stuff. And Trump and the MAGA leadership is constantly lying to their own people about this. They're the primary victims of all of this disinformation. And the rest of us are just going, what?
Yeah, what? And so here we go into our next election cycle. You said, brace yourself for when our broken news media frames being overweight or gas black into disqualifying characteristics for the presidency, despite continued fascist dictatorship, the daily dismantling of American institutions, rampant unchecked diseases, and economy in meltdown. We're always judged by a different standard. I have to, I guess Carlos Alzraqui is going to show up, despite the fact that Wes Moore is not running, which he's that was his guy.
Oh, you mean Carlos supports Wes Moore? I had no idea.
I hadn't heard that.
No. I hadn't checked my mentions today, so I'm not sure.
No, but I half wonder, Bob, whether Wes Moore, thinks the same thing a lot of us do, that, or that we're shell-shocked after, this last election going, does it have to be a white guy, first of all? Does it have to be a white straight guy? I mean,
that's the common wisdom now, that that it has to be a straight white man and nothing else will do, because everything is broken in this country, and certainly the news media is, and we're going to be hearing that warning for the next couple of years that, don't you dare run, shock horror, a black woman.
Right.
Or a black man, for that matter.
No, it's depressing.
Or a white woman, or anything that's at all unusual.
Wes Moore, as you know, is your governor. He's fantastic. Governor Pritzker, Governor Shapiro are fantastic. Cliff Schecter, because he's Jewish, said, I don't know. If America's ready for the first Jewish president. I mean, obviously, we've had two of the most qualified people in the universe in Hillary and Kamala.
Absolutely.
Run. I mean,
and we have an embarrassment of riches right now as far as the entire field goes. I mean, there are many future presidents in the latest lists of names that are being polled right now as far as 2028 goes. Gavin Newsom among them, but of course there are many others. J.B. Pritzker. I'm still hoping that Tim Walz changes his mind and decides to run, because he's my early favorite right now and has been for a while.
Who is?
But,
I'm sorry.
Tim Walz.
Oh, Tim Walz. I love him too. I was going to say our one hate tweet just yesterday sums up where are we on homophobia and anti-Semitism in America. She said the bulimic dish liquor and Captain Limperisk and those two bagel breaths, which they were referring to Rude Pundit and Cliff Schecter on Monday's show. I was like, that just kind of sums up MAGA in one tweet.
It really does. It was efficient. I will give him that. It was efficient.
Okay.
Yes.
You left out what that guy called me. He called me a sea smoker.
Oh, that's true.
What?
I remember.
You the guy that is famously having sex with the hottest blonde woman in America, Kimberly Johnson?
Right.
You're a pole
Therefore,
smoker.
that makes me somehow
Got it.
sea smoker.
Okay.
Sure.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Never
you have
forget that
company.
one.
You have
Obviously,
the captain has company.
But at least your wrist isn't limp.
chalk another one up to accuracy from our favorite troll.
Once again, I dare that guy to say either of those things to either of your faces. Bob Seska is roughly 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Are you challenging that guy to a fight and me?
On our behalf. She's challenging him on our behalf.
I'm in that Chris Rock bit. Do you want my purse? You're going to have to blow his head off.
Right.
You said you retweeted just Trump declaring war on a U.S. city a normal Saturday, and you said when his regime ends, and it will end, defeatists will be blocked or muted. There has to be a reckoning. I mean, boy, howdy. And can I just say, Bob, once again, in your neck of the woods over there, a Democrat just won another special election in Virginia yesterday. Mm-hmm. So while they keep, talking about, what's wrong with all the Democratic candidates of the Democratic Party, we keep winning elections. Who is this James Walkinshaw? projected to win Virginia 11 seat by 11 billion.
Right, but
Yeah.
it was a solidly Democratic seat anyway.
Right.
It was
But-
Jerry Connolly's old seat.
Right,
Yeah.
shrinking Republicans' narrow House majority
Right.
in Congress. But I'm just saying the media seems to just ignore all of the elections we've won since,
Right.
yeah.
Well, yeah, there's that, and there's also the fact that Republicans really should be panicked right now. They should be absolutely distancing themselves from Donald Trump and the MAGA movement. Otherwise, they're all going to lose well, not all of them, but most of them are going to lose their jobs next year. So this may be why I think Jim Comer is rat-effing Donald Trump with all of these Epstein files.
Oh.
I can't even imagine that the White House is happy with this, the fact that the House Oversight Committee keeps digging into this issue every time Donald Trump wants it to go away.
It's a dead issue.
So
It's a dead
there's
issue.
gotta be friction there. Yeah.
It is not most sincerely dead. It is not. No. It's like Princess Bride dead.
No, this is going to keep going and going and going. Don't anyone worry that the Epstein story is going to disappear. It's not going to disappear, partially thanks to House Republicans and James Comer and the House Oversight Committee. They're going to keep this alive because I think quietly behind the scenes, they're like, we have to. Otherwise, we have to weaken this guy because otherwise we're going to lose our jobs next year.
Yeah. Too late for decency. Sorry. The Bob Seska show it's a must listen.
It is.
As
Thank
they
you,
say,
yes.
I do.
Especially when Jody's on, too.
Right?
Yes, Jody's on the show.
When you get her from the politics bar.
Yes, I'm on the show.
That's
I bring it up
right.
from behind.
Well, she's on loan from the politics bar.
Are you her designated driver from the politics bar over to the Bob Seska show?
That's right. Yes, I am. I'm a designated driver for all politics bars.
Jody,
Yes.
you're staying too long in the politics bar. Get in. It's time for the Bob Seska
It's
show.
closing time at the politics
The politics bar. Okay.
Last call at
The politics bar.
The politics bar.
It's fun. Do the Lonnie game.
Yeah.
Okay. We love you, Bob Seska. See you next week.
Love you, Stephanie.
Thank you,
All right.
Bob.
See you later,
Goodbye.
Bob.
Well, what if I told you that most collagen products aren't just a waste of money? They're loaded with toxins that could lead to skin issues, heart problems, even cognitive decline. Scary, but it's true. See, collagen is the most abundant protein in your body, and your natural supply drops as you age. That's why so many people our age are turning to collagen to relieve joint pain, rebuild bones, even look years younger. Here's the catch. You have to know what to look for, or you could end up doing more harm than good. Before you buy another tub from Amazon or your local store, go check out the top 5 collagen warnings every American needs to see, along with a special offer. It's a quick read that could save your health and your wallet. Right now, get a special bundle deal at a fraction of the retail price and free shipping. This offer is only available at getnativepath.com/Stephanie. That's getnativepath.com/Stephanie. I love my Native Path collagen. You will too.